In 3 months, I finished university for good. And without realizing it, in January, I did my last ever exam. I've spent 16 years in the education system. And the one thing that I've dreaded more than anything else about school, education, anything along this whole journey was exams. I hated exams with a passion. They filled me with stress, anxiety, I feared them. I faked being sick to get out of doing exams because I knew that they were not a good representation of my work and what I'd done. Not once in the whole time that I did exams in secondary school was I examined or graded on the things that I love doing, the things that I wanted to do for the rest of my life, such as music, video editing, or shooting video or taking pictures. Never. Nothing catered to what I wanted to do for the rest of my life as a job. Instead, I was examined on things like business and chemistry and other useless subjects that I haven't really used much since. And yes, in a few months at the age of 20, I've already got a bachelor's degree in communications. But the problem I'm trying to say is that exams aren't the be it and end all. I'm absolutely delighted that I don't ever have to do an exam again. Fingers crossed. I don't know what, hopefully I don't ever have to do an exam again. I've done all the major exams in my life. I've done the junior cert, the leaving cert, all my exams in college, my driving test. All of these exams I've done, and they were pretty much the most stressful fucking things I have ever done. For the first few years of me doing exams in school, I was incredibly nervous going into exams. More nervous than I am when I play a bigger gig. I just couldn't do them. I just wanted to just run away, not do them at all, and completely ignored the fact that the exam existed. But I couldn't do that, because then I wouldn't be able to get a job. Then I wouldn't be able to live the life that I wanted to live, according to this education system, which said I must go to college, must do all of these things. And this year we're going to have another group of Leaving Cert students, scared shitless about the choices that they make and how they're going to affect their lives, and how possible bad exams, which, you know, are only a small little snippet of your actual intellect or your actual knowledge, your actual understanding, could define the rest of your life. It doesn't. Nobody cares. Once you arrive in college, nobody gives two shits what grade you got. And even if you did badly, you can still do another workup around. Maybe it might take a year longer, but you'll still make it to college if you really want to. Once you get to college, nobody gives two shits what grades you got in your leaving cert or your A levels or whatever the fuck. Nobody cares. And when I was 16, 17, I was told the leaving cert is going to be the most defining thing in my life. It's not. It's not going to be. It isn't. Even now, at 20, it isn't. Even when I was 18, the leaving cert wasn't my most defining moment. I think when I was 18, my most defining moment, or the moment that I could classify as success for me, was the fact that one of my songs got 1.5 million plays on SoundCloud. I didn't give two shits how many points I got in my leaving. I did well in my leaving, but the fact that we spend years thinking that this is how our ability is measured is sad and pretty much outdated. After all the stress that I've gone through about exams and stuff like that, I'm in a position where the job that I'm going to have, or the job that I want to have, doesn't rely on exams. I've never done an exam in this field, and yet this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. I was examined on a shitload of other things which are completely irrelevant to what I'm going to be doing. Yet, at the time when I did them, everyone made them seem like this is the most important fucking thing that ever happened. If you're in your leaving cert this year, or your junior cert, or maybe even for next year, if you're bad at school, or you're bad at exams, like I was, don't worry about it. Don't give two shits about it. Things will work out if you're passionate. And as the poster which I have right here says, champions are made from something they have deep inside them. A desire, a dream, a vision. They must have the skill and the will, but the will must always be stronger than the skill. That's Muhammad Ali. And if your teacher tells you that you won't be successful because you can't do well in exams, I was told that. Granted, I'm not a millionaire yet. Don't know if I'll ever be a millionaire. But for me, I'm successful. I've managed to survive doing the thing I love and being happy with it. I've managed to travel a hell of a lot of the world because of the thing I love. And people may look at this, look at my YouTube and be like, oh, but you're not making money off it. I'm like, okay, granted, I'm not making money off it. Not now anyway. Don't know if I'll ever make money off it. But I make money off opportunities that came because of this. Because I started this thing and I saw this dream through. Because I decided not to do business. Because I decided to not go down the simple roads. I'm not saying doing business is simple, but it would have been so incredibly easy for me to ignore my dreams and just done one of those things and ended up in a job as a manager or something like that. That's not what I wanted to do. It takes courage to follow your dreams, because following your dreams isn't easy. I remember last year I worked in a restaurant 7 days a week, did double shifts the whole time, did double shifts. I'd start in the morning, then finish up, have a quick break, go to college, come back from college to work, then work until like 3 a.m, be back in work the next morning at 9 a.m, and keep doing that day after day after day after day, just to be able to make this EP that's coming out really soon and a few other things a reality. I worked incredibly hard. It wasn't easy. I ate literally nothing but coconut noodles. And they weren't even coconut noodles, they were like the 20-cent instant chicken noodles from Lidl. So per packet they cost 20 cents. And that's what I mainly ate, as well as eating some things inside in the restaurant where I work. Following your dreams isn't easy, but it's easier. We've got this thing right here. We've got the internet to help us. We've got YouTube, we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram. We've got all these different things that we can use. And granted, for the last while I've been very inactive on all of these things. I need to make more videos, I need to do more on this channel, do more on other channels. But for me, I'm happy. I've really enjoyed my time making music. And I know that the way I'm saying this is almost like I'm giving up. I'm not. It's only just, my music career is only just beginning. It took a bit longer to kick off, but now it's finally beginning. I decided to postpone a lot of things in terms of music until I'm finished university. Just because I wanted to get it out of the way. I wanted to give it my best shot and get that out of the way, so that then I could give the next thing in my life, which is music, my best shot. I want to do things and do them right, and make sure that the world remembers me for doing them right. If you don't like exams, if you're passionate about something else, then don't forget that the teachers and the schools are operating by an outdated education system. And you have so much more knowledge. You have something beyond that outdated education system. You've got the internet to use as your platform, whether you're a photographer, videographer, musician, anything. And you can do that. And it's even easier now than when I started off. When I started off, I didn't have this camera, and phones had very low quality cameras in comparison, and the internet speeds were a hell of a lot slower. I think I had like half a megabyte, so it would take me like 3 hours to upload like a 3-minute 720p video to YouTube. And I loved it. And I did it like every week. I uploaded that video with my phone. And then I worked hard in different jobs to start buying my own gear, buying my first microphones, my first audio interfaces and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved every bit of it. Because of college, I've had to kind of sideline YouTube for a bit. And I hope during the year, last year, during the summer and stuff, you enjoyed the vlogs. I had to stop them because of one simple thing. My life just became too boring once I got back to college. My day consisted of me editing vlogs in the morning, going to college, coming home from college, editing again, and then also trying to squeeze in doing a cover, and it just didn't make sense for me to do. I'd love to get back doing the vlogs. I just don't know if I have time or if my life is interesting enough. I am obviously going to vlog cool things that happen, or cool places I managed to go, and at the moment, right here, apart from the fact that I've unplugged the hard drive, I'm editing the video from me and Jess's trip to Paris. If you have a passion, follow it. I sometimes wish I'd followed my passions a bit more sincerely when I was younger, that I would have ignored what teacher said and just kept going with what I wanted to do. Because the teacher said that video, music, they weren't jobs, they were hobbies. And I'm currently on the verge of being able to say, well, music is my job. Almost. Not yet, but soon. Music will be my job. And if I were able to tell 16-year-old me, who doubted myself so much because of what teachers told me, that I could turn music into a job and not just a hobby, then I would do it, and things could have ended up a hell of a lot differently. When I was 16 years old, I did a cover of Passengers Let Her Go, which got a hell of a lot of traction at the time. And I think it got about 120,000 views, which back in those days was a lot more than it seems nowadays. Nowadays, with like Facebook and the amount of people using the likes of YouTube, it doesn't seem that much. However, back in the day, especially for me, that was a massive deal. And I got a lot of record deal offers on the back of that. And silly old me decided to turn them down because I felt that going to school and getting my education was more important than what I love doing. I don't regret any decisions I've made. Everything comes as it comes. Like, I am a firm believer in destiny. I wouldn't be here in this situation right now talking to you if it wasn't for how my life had panned out. And I can't help but wonder about what would have happened otherwise, and if teachers would have been a bit more supportive and a bit more understanding of this crazy 15-year-old's dreams. Also, as one last side note, if your teachers tell you you can't do it, never forget that God isn't finished with me yet. No, scratch that. But if your teachers tell you you can't do anything or you're shit at everything, there is a massive wealth of information online on how to be a good filmmaker, how to be a good videographer, video editor, everything. You can learn everything from YouTube. It's how I learned how to video edit, it's how I learned to play guitar, it's how I learned to kind of produce. I know I can't really produce yet, but it's how I learned how to take pictures, how I learned to do all of these things, how I learned to kind of try and properly light up this scene right here with this lovely light. So don't forget, You've got all this wealth of things that you can use to help you become the best you can be. Aaron, over and out. Also, on a quick side note, I'm starting to put a lot more effort into my Instagram, so if you want to check that out, link's going to be down there and you can see what I'm up to. It's kind of like a mini vlog, but not a mini vlog. It's wrong, it's great vlogs. So yeah, my Instagram story is now kind of like my mini vlog, even though I'm not in New York at the moment. And that's just a really weird picture of me. Fuck this shit. But yeah, thank you for checking out this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one.